Turning visions into reality, I think it's supposed to be turning reality into visions. So we start this way.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
John F. Kennedy, he made this speech at a time when the Russians had Sputnik up in the air, and we didn't have anything in America anywhere. So he set an impossible goal. In business terms, what he did is he created a BHAG. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it stands for Big, Hairy, Audacious Goal. And the idea is to set a goal that's slightly beyond ridiculous. And whether you reach that goal or not is sort of not the point. But what you do trying to reach that goal is the point. Now here's another little interesting fact, talking about the United States. This is how long it took people to adopt these things. We're in a period, at least in the entertainment field and in the technology entertainment field, where things are changing rapidly. This is like the wild, wild west out there. The paradigm for what it is that's an end experience is rapidly changing, and nobody knows where it's going. But the movie studios, they have a way of working where they stuck film in a camera and shot it, projected the film, collected money. That's the business model. That's the way they did it 110 years ago. That's the way they're doing it today. There's nothing different about that process. Look at this chart. If you're doing business as usual, I don't think you'll be doing business much longer. The paradigm has remained for 110 years. Things are radically changing right now, and there's a cure, and that is change. Change the paradigm. Not just change, but pivoting. Let's talk about the concept of pivoting. Today, the idea is not necessarily to come up with a good idea, believe it or not, but to come up with an idea. Charge forward with that idea. Take the first step on the road, and then use the market forces to pivot your business plan around as you negotiate your way through this ever rapidly changing world. So this is essentially how it's going to be now. Is that we're basically going to film and capture. It'll go into edit. All these things will come together, and it'll be distributed to the web. But the great thing about it is because it's all digital, from beginning to end, you're going to have this ability. You're going to have the ability that at the 9 o'clock screening, if it didn't go well, you can react to it, redo it, and re-output the whole entire thing for the midnight screening. Or you can do it for different regions. Or you can do bits of it where there's a green screen in it, and the projectionist in every city can stick a camera out the window and shoot a picture of the city, and suddenly, you know, Godzilla's wide shot will be taking place here in Wellington or wherever the movie happens to be going. So everything's just going to be exploding. You're doing things in this country that nobody else in the world is able to do. And there's a good reason for it, is that you don't have the baggage that the rest of the world has. You don't have a 110-year-old movie industry that I have to deal with when I go home in a few days. You guys have created it. Peter Jackson has kind of done some truly amazing things. He's very successfully changed and pivoted. He's very successfully set for himself a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal that was crazy, and yet he did it. He took the first step on that road. If you add that into learning to take off the blinders of what society has told you is the norm, there's absolutely nothing that you can't do, and there's no reason that it can't be done from this place. So I urge you, look around the blind spot, create, explore, experiment, and most of all, do it with a little bit of passion. And the other thing that I don't think anybody has mentioned is have fun with it. Is that issue of playing with the problem where crazy stuff comes out of it. And the world has gotten so serious these days in trying to solve some of these problems where a little play could actually go an awful long way.